How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk some more about Virginia's politics and the downfall that it's currently in. We got to talk about Justin Fairfax, Lieutenant Governor, and his rape allegations. We got to talk about their Attorney General, Mark Herring, and his Blackface confession. But the first person we got to talk about today is the current governor of Virginia, Ralph Northam, talking about I'm not going anywhere, this, that, and the third. Before I even get into what I got to say, I got to roll the clip from this interview you did on CBS This Morning with Gayle King. If you want to see that full thing, I'll put that in the box below for proper context. I'll just play some clips here that give you an idea of this guy's mind. They're talking about, is he going to stay? Is he going to go? What about that picture? Why'd you do it? Check out what he says. After we get done with that, I'll come back and talk about what he said in the particular clip. I'll talk about why I'm bringing this up, and then I'll wrap it on up with a nice bow on top. So without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
Starting with a press conference 9 days ago, he says, to set the record straight, denying the man in that racist photo was him.
I believe then and now that I am not either of the people in that photo.
So after Saturday, the drumbeat started beating immediately about he needs to go by people in your own party, by some of the top Democratic leaders in the country, by some of your constituents who were protesting outside your home. And after that happened, you thought what?
I thought, first of all, I've heard a lot of people, not only in Virginia, but in this country. But I also know that I was elected to be the governor of Virginia. People had faith and confidence in me, and we've had a great first year. We've expanded health care to over 400,000. We've dealt with criminal justice reform. We've raised the felony larceny threshold.
Your history of work is good. Your history of work is good. But I do want to make sure that we focus on this, because I think that this is really important to clarify your position.
Yes.
And why you think you still deserve this job when so many people are calling for you to step down.
Well, again, we have worked very hard. Right now, Virginia needs someone that can heal. Virginia also needs someone who is strong, who has empathy, who has courage, and who has a moral compass. And that's why I'm not going anywhere.
Okay, so you see that, you heard that. Now, I have a whole lot to say. And before I even start, I just want to say the reason why this is kind of a passionate topic for me is because I am from Virginia. I was born in Charleston, West Virginia, more specifically Rand, West Virginia, where Randy Moss is from. And when I was a small child, like an infant almost, we moved to Virginia. I grew up in the Hampton Roads area. You talking about when we first came down, my mom and dad had a trailer and they parked it right in downtown Newport News, and it's still there. From there, we went to Portsmouth, Chesapeake, and I've been all over the place. I've been Virginia Beach, Norfolk, Hampton, wherever. I know all about that area and also the rest of Virginia. I got family in Richmond. I got family in Northern Virginia. I got family in Roanoke. So anywhere you are in Virginia, I pretty much know about 64, 58, 460, 81. I know all about that. But for now, I digress. Let's get back to this interview. This was crazy, and it was a complete mess. Ralph Northam, you ought to be ashamed of yourself, sir, going on TV talking like that, talking about some, oh, I'm going to be the moral compass. I can help people heal. The moral compass, you want to be the moral compass, the guy that is a baby killer, the guy that is a pediatric neurologist, a children's doctor at CHKD in Norfolk. You want to be the moral compass? You, the guy that was talking about late-term abortion up to 9 months for mental anguish. Then you talking about post-birth abortion, talking about some, oh, well, if the baby is born, we could bring it back and then figure out what we're going to do with it later. That's called infanticide. Now, some would say, oh, well, that's because the baby may be about to die anyway. Maybe you're right. Probably not, but it doesn't even matter. He still advocated for the late-term abortion for mental anguish up to 40 weeks. Now, I'm not a rocket scientist over here. I'm not a mathematician, but 40 weeks is 10 months. So you're talking about way past 9 months, the actual delivery date. So you're talking about up to the moment of birth, you can kill the baby because of mental anguish. That was the bill that you co-signed, sir. That was the bill that you supported, sir, from Kathy Tran, the Fairfax County delegate. Now, the healing, I'm good. I didn't go cry in my room at night when I heard you on TV talking about, oh, you trying to do the moonwalk, you trying to be Michael Jackson, and I did not cry when I saw the picture of somebody in your yearbook wearing blackface and or the KKK costume. I don't care about that. Really, that didn't really affect me. So what are we healing from? Are we healing from you? Are we healing from past racism? And why would I take a guy like you that supports lifetime abortion and also the guy that had this kind of picture in his yearbook? Why would I take advice from you as to how to heal, especially when there's no healing necessary? Not at all. And definitely not from you. And the reason why I'm kind of triggered right now is because I was in Virginia when this 2017 election was going on, when you got elected, sir. I was there. I voted in the primary and the general. I voted in the primary for Frank Wagner because I thought that Ed Gillespie, the Republican who you trashed as a racist with no evidence, I thought that he was pretty much throwing the election and not fighting back hard enough against your claims, Mr. Ralph Northam, and also Justin Fairfax and Mark Herring. All of you guys said that he was a racist. You said that he was a bigot. And then at the same time, you pretty much trashed all conservatives in Virginia, anybody that supported Ed Gillespie or Frank Wagner or Corey Stewart or Donald Trump. Y'all did that back then. I was there. I remember. Okay. You tied it at Charlottesville, and then you making it seem like Charlottesville was this, dangerous, racist place. I've been to Charlottesville many times. I always thought about it as like a college town for UVA and also where you got a lot of plastic surgeons at. And it's not far from DC. So don't act like you don't know about Charlottesville. You are a DC guy. You know where Charlottesville is at. You were actually from Virginia in Onancock on Eastern Shore. You know about Charlottesville. You made it seem like Charlottesville was a racist place. You actually threw the state of Virginia under the bus as some kind of racist place. I mean, had that kind of reputation we got to fight back against. I'm always finding myself trying to say, oh, no, Virginia ain't really like that. You just talking. That's not really what it is. Okay, so I resent him for that whole campaign, which not only tarred and feathered Ed Gillespie, also conservatives in general in Virginia and the entire state. Okay, here you are with blackface pictures and you trying to say, well, I'm not going nowhere. I want to be the moral compass, please. Really. And the funny part about it is you guys were trying to throw the lieutenant governor under the bus, Justin Fairfax. This ain't the first time you did that because you had marketing materials where he was not on all of the marketing materials talking about some companies that pass out the flyers don't want him on there because of a vote that he had that was kind of against us, please. Ain't nobody really trying to hear that. According to you, if it was a conservative that did that, you guys on the left would be saying that it's racist to not have Justin Fairfax on all the marketing materials that you're using to try and get elected. Okay. If you have the governor candidate and the attorney general candidate on a flyer without the lieutenant governor, why is that? You got two white guys minus the black guy. Optics don't look too good. You guys will capitalize on that. But when you do it, it's okay. It's a reason. You want to hear context. Now you want to throw the lieutenant governor under the bus because of rape allegations with no evidence. Zero evidence. All you have right now are allegations. Okay. But you will also throw a conservative under the bus for the exact same thing, for allegations with no evidence. But you guys have evidence. Okay. Ralph Northam has a picture of somebody in his yearbook. And I never heard anybody say, yeah, that's my yearbook picture, but that's not me in my yearbook picture. Yes, it is you. Stop lying. And if it ain't you, why is it right there? You selected it. I mean, you didn't just I doubt that it was just put there without your knowledge. Okay. If the pictures of you that are in there next to the drop top and you got your little, just the portrait. If those other pics are there of you, you had to submit them, right? You had to give them to somebody. So why is that one with the blackface and clam robe in there as well? If it's not you, it doesn't really matter because some insight came from you. That's the truth. And then to the Attorney General, Mark Herring, you wore some blackface in college as well. That's very interesting. You guys don't want to have any kind of thing happen against you. You guys don't want to have any kind of problems, right? but you wouldn't throw Justin Fairfax under the bus. So if it were on the other end of the political spectrum, you would call it racist. You would say, oh, you guys want to take responsibility for your actions, but you wouldn't make the black guy be the sacrificial lamb. I'm not saying it's racist, but y'all would. So all I want from the whole thing is some consistency and talk with some sense when you go on TV. Don't get on TV talking about I want to be the moral compass. I'm a doctor. I can be a healer. No. No. I want actually all three guys at the top, Mark Herring, Ralph Northam, and Justin Fairfax, to go ahead and step down. All of y'all step down, step aside. And if you don't step down, actually, it would help those of us on the right even more. It'd be too easy, because come 2020, all we got to do is use that against you in campaign ads. I mean, it's dirty, but it's politics. And if you ain't trying to win, then you ain't trying to win. It is what it is. But I'll leave that right there for now. That was on my chest because, like I said, I'm a Virginia boy. I grew up in Virginia. And I saw this whole race play out, and I knew Northam would be worse than Terry McAuliffe because I saw kind of the way he was moving while he was a lieutenant governor. I saw some things that he did that were kind of like this, kind of like the extremism with the late-term abortion. I would see stuff like that. And then also from the Attorney General, Mark Herring, who was a gun grabber. I knew this would be a bad regime, and we're not even a full a year really into it, a little over a year since the inauguration in 2018. And here we are with this kind of drama. Not surprising at all, but that is all I got. What do you think? Do you think that his interview on CBS This Morning was sincere? I think that he hired a PR firm. Matter of fact, I think he did hire a PR firm, and he's going on TV saying what they told him to say, talking about, I can be a healer. Healing what? Like, who are you going to be healing? Are you going to heal yourself? Because really, it's you that got hurt. It's your party that got hurt. It's the state of Virginia, as far as Democrat politics, that got hurt. It's not regular normies like me who either are in Virginia or were in Virginia at the time of your actual election. How do you feel about this whole thing in general? How is it going to end? Are they going to just say impeach, remove with no actual follow-up action to that until it goes away, until the news cycle dies down and this no longer is an issue? Whatever your comments are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.